So good evening everybody and welcome back to FTRL. It is round 3 of season 20 already and we are continuing the run of F1 races at the same circuit the F1 calendar is actually at. And we are here for round 3 at Zandvoort. It is the Netherlands Grand Prix. Cars then making their way around. Who is first one out? It is the other AlphaTauri of Yarham. So we'll go on board with AlphaTauri man and take a lap of the Zandvoort circuit. So tight and twisty, not ideal for F1 racing, but it has put on some good races in the 2 years it has been back. And this then is a lap of the circuit, then onto the start finish straight. The DRS opens up. And turn one will be the best overtaking opportunity. There's banked long right hand hairpin. Times a little bit on the exit. Watch the cars being run out to that curb. Short blast now through the quick left kink, then into the right hander, over the crest and down the hill into this banked corner. Now you'll see the drivers here will stay low, which is the traditional line. Obviously the F1 cars tend to around the high side of it as they now weave their way through the S's. And then again dropping way downhill through the right hander. There's that curb on exit. Quick little kink, then stay left and tip into the right hander. Try and get that apex there, run out to the curb on the left hand side. Then tip in again, apexes nicely. Use all the track on the left, then over to the right side for the next left hander. Again, get close to the curb, but don't touch it. That's a raised curb. And we'll spin you into the second DRS zone then. The short straight over the crest. Around the left-hander, then a short blast to the penultimate corner. Dip in, speed needs to start building then. Use the curb on exit and into this banked right-hander, the final corner, onto the start finish straight. DRS open again. And across the line, and a 1:10.9 is the first lap on the board from Yarham. So then Yarham goes fastest, Tam dropping in just behind him at a 1:10.95. Funky Fox then back with us, then our PC play on 11.4 with Adamako 4th, 11.4 from him as well, and QVR Kelvin 11.8. Graham then, winner of the opening round of the season, drops into P3 at 11.1 from him. Dylan goes 4th on 11.2. I'm a D, the first race of the season for him tonight. A 1:10.9, he goes 1,000th of a second faster than Tam, so the lap times are very closely matched already. Good evening, Captain Chubbs. Oh, well, sorry, Maxi. I keep forgetting to change that setting. I've accidentally done the settings for the lobby, or the restrictions as per my settings for me personally, so I will sort that out for next week. Do apologise, I hope that's not going to be a big issue. So the FTRL world has been rocked by the immediate retirement of our Flying Dutchman. Just as approaching their home Grand Prix, and unfortunately ERT Robin and ERT Tico have both announced they are no longer able to race in FTRL. 7 drivers' titles between them, and they both can lay claim to being possibly the greatest to ever do it in FTRL, and they will be very sadly missed. Fortunately, growing up in the adult world has put pay to their availability on Tuesdays, so unfortunately they have left the FTRL world. Oh mate, I'm really sorry. I can't change it. I don't think I can change it anymore. 1 second, let me have a look. I don't think I can change anything now, can I? Nope. Even if the lobby host, I can't change it. I'm really sorry, mate. I need to sort that out for next week, don't I? You better, Dutch Tricks. Very sad to see you go then. Telsborough across the line. McLaren man 11.3 at the moment. And Simply Superman popping himself onto provisional pole then. And a 10.6 from the Red Bull man. Of course, had that titanic battle at the opening round in Brazil. Luck was not smiling on him last week in Spa. Mate, if I can do manual gears, then you can definitely do manual gears. But I do apologise. I will stick it back on once this race is finished, and it'll be ready for next week. So do apologise, mate. Very sorry. AlphaTauri then of Johan, then currently sitting P2, jumps out in front of the McLaren of Armady, who is right behind. So second and third on track. Oh, nose to tail as they come out of the pit lane. Thought Aaron was up to the Hall of Fame. Why? You're already in it. You were already in it, Mr. Dutch Tricks. How dare you? You're not getting good there twice. Not how that works. That's not how it works. Ronald's crossing the line. He does a 1:25.0 then, so I imagine that's had a drama somewhere on there. That is not particularly quick. Call down a 1:31.0 as well. Again, not particularly quick. I imagine he's had some sort of dramas. Did you have three? Oh, that one. Right, okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Mr. Luke Holmes, how very dare you. I saw that. Right. I can go off a man real quickly then. Go off a man real quickly. In the gravel trap there, Ron Elson making sandcastles here in the dunes. You know what? I'll do that for you right now, Robin. You stop your whinging. I'll update it right now. Okay. I'm doing it now. I'm doing it now. Isn't great. There you go. Then you retired with one more than Hall of Fame. Right, where are you? Where is Mr. Dutch Tricks? Can I edit it is the question. Oh, I can't edit it. I can't edit it because it's Aaron's post. I will have to get him to do it for me. So I do apologise. I'll have to put up with it for another hour or so. It's not even in the F1 thing anymore, so. Anyway, welcome back here to everybody. Thank you for those in the stream already. Please do get those likes on that stream. Oh, the Mercedes into the wall backwards. Batman catching that curb on the exit there. It's something to watch out for. The Mercedes man on his way again then. Ron has been in the gravel. Callboy on his outlap. He just avoids the returning to the track Mercedes. Down the finish straight he comes. Enjoy your shifting. Enjoy. Meanwhile then, Tam now has jumped onto the front row. Didn't have to say it's a mess. No, the mess I think he said was the statistics rather than the Hall of Fame. So running order then, 9 minutes of the session to go. Simply Superman on pole position, down on his time, currently in sector 2. So stay on board with the Red Bull man. Armady now goes second fastest to 1:10.8. So those chasing the Red Bull man just trickling down towards him, slowly but surely. Superman then needed to find a little bit of time to improve on his first run. Let's see how his final sector is. He comes out of the penultimate corner. Doesn't spin up on the curve like we just saw Matman do a couple of moments ago. Out of the final corner. And dives into the pit lane, in fact, then. So he goes fastest. Dylan now goes second fastest then. So another 1:10.8, 1:10.8.04. Disposes Armady with his 1:10.8.14 down to third. And then you've got XA Tam on a 1:10.8.25. And just for contingency purposes. Now, interestingly, Tom hasn't changed his name yet. So Tam and Tom and Tam, whichever way you want to do it, are well known if you want to, mate. Yes, 1 second. Let me ping you an invite. Getting Captain Chubbs back in Div 1. Aren't we blessed? Blessed are we. Where are you? Captain Chubbs back in Div 1. Right, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? So many people. So many friends. There we go then. Whatever car is free is yours, my friends. The McLaren possibly with your name on it. Even so, Tailsborough now then at 1:10.7. They are just very slowly getting closer to the back of that Red Bull. But Simply Superman's opening lap still fast enough for the moment. What is that? It's a moth. It's now interested in my cats. And so running order then with some time left. I can't see how much because it's behind the yellow flag. 6.5 minutes. There we go. Simply Superman are now on provisional pole on his outlap. Telsborough just gone second though. Of course, he was the star of the opening part of the race at Brazil in that titanic four-way scrap with Dutch, Tico and Simply Superman. And then also won on track last week. Unfortunately, had a penalty which dropped him down to P2. But still, an outstanding effort from the McLaren man, new to FTRL this season, and really showing himself to be very much in the mixer for this one. Dylan up in P3, great lap from him. Then we've got Almadine 4th, Tam is 5th. He was also had a great run last week. Unfortunately, it went a little bit wrong for him in the race. Qualifying wise, he was right on the pace last week. Then Yarham in P6, then we've got Adamaka P7. I think Adamaka won the Div 2 race here when he was in Div 2 when he first joined FTRL. I was the man chasing him for a good while until I decided to spin up the rear wheels, come out the final corner and hit the inside wall, damage my wing. So fuming about that. There we go. Funky Fox in P8, Gray in P9, Kelvin in P10, then Tom P11, Corboy's 12th, Dan Morris is 13th, Mackie Sign 14th, then Matman and Rom bringing up the rear at the moment. But still lots to play for. Then we'll go pick up Simply Superman. Going around the back corner then, how is his lap times comparing? Coming to the end of sector 1. Is he up this time around? He is not. He's down again, just ever so slightly. We've got a bit of time to find again. First lap looking very, very impressive so far. But the cars behind him are just slowly inching up on his lap time, so I need to keep trying to improve then, coming up to the second sector checkpoint. Halfway down the straight. How is he doing now? The answer is he's now half a tenth up. So he has found some time in the middle part of this lap. Now just 2 corners to go. That's right, dig him out, go on. Actually, he's not. He's not last. Rom is last. Tenth of a second. There's always tips, mate. Always pick up tips from these races. These are the best we've got, remember. So it's always worth seeing what they do. It's true. It's true. He also doesn't have admin access to the YouTube, so he can't even meet you in there. I can though, but I'm not going to, don't worry. Well, I might do, we'll see. Yarham now up to second then, so the AlphaTauri man puts himself onto the front row. Got to within just over a tenth of a second behind Simply Superman. You probably don't want to play with fire, Parcel though, mate. Don't play with fire. So Armady on a lap. Let's pick up the Ferrari man then. He is up in sector 2 by nearly a tenth of a second. This could put him back onto the front 2 rows. Does he find any time in the final sector? The answer is he has, and he goes third fastest then, just shy of Yarham's time. A 1:10.667. Slots in behind Yarham on a 1:10.637. True story. And I'm washed, even more washed, and I should be in Div 3. Bring back Div 3. Please and thank you. So, oh, Tam. Might just be warming his tyres up there. That looked like a touchy moment there. He then starts his final flying run then. I know. Fortunately, that massive pool of commentators we used to have has dried up like a British reservoir this summer. I don't know why people are so against commentary. It's good fun. But hey ho, it is what it is. Make do. The only thing is, like, a couple of the guys said they would do commentary, like Captain Niceman, but that over Div 2 as well, so it's not really going to work for me. But we shall see. We shall see then Tam then into sector 2. I was too busy gassing and not really paying attention to his sector time, so let's see how he's getting on then. Coming up then to the end of the second sector. Final moments of qualifying now, 1.5 minutes to go. And he is half a tenth up then, so this could be enough to put him ahead of his teammate. Can he find any time in the final sector? Oh, no he can't. He can find the wall though, and that is Tam out of the session. So the Alpine trying to get the power down out of the third to last corner has pitched himself into the wall. Look at the traffic jam here. So Ahmadi then in the pits. He has done his final run. Who is that? Adam Acko starting his lap then. He was also on a lap. Funky Fox has abandoned. Graham also some way down. So I think Adam's the first one to start his final run. Let's see then how he gets on. Lol. Good one, Chubbs. And Macca then down by nearly 2/10 in sector 1. So it needs a bit of work to do. Ahmadi and Tam then have finished their sessions. Anamaka will be the first one to cross the line on his final run. Then let's see, 24 seconds of the session to go. Now there's 21 seconds to go. There's 21 seconds to go. Into the second DRS straight then. Has he managed to claw back any of that deficit from sector 1? The answer is he has pulled back a little bit of time. That's the corner. Oh, and exactly the same place that Tam goes off goes Adamako. So another one finding that wall. Here comes Tom. He is up by nearly 4/10 of a second. Oh, he's on that curb though, be careful. You've already seen Macman have a spin there. Keeps it pointing the right way though, out of the final corner using all the track. Dearest is open, currently P11. He jumps up to third at 1:10.65 from LRE Tom. Onto the second row of the grid he goes. Who's got coming around now? It is Kelvin to the line, currently P12. He stays P12. Mercedes crosses the line, Roman to the pits. Macman crosses the line, it stays P16. What about Yarham? Can he snatch pole position away at the death? No, he's cruising. He's cruising to the line. Our Telsborough goes fastest. And Simply Sleeper snatches it straight back. So at the death, Telsborough almost stole pole position. He did take it away with Terry, but Simply Superman found a little bit of time on his final run. A 1:10.3 then is your pole position time. And the Red Bull man saw it snatched away, but he was right behind his rival. And he takes back that pole position then, so he will start on the front of the grid for this one. For those who are listening in the pits, if you could retire from the session, please, we will get moving a little bit quicker. Thank you very much. There we have it then. Qualifying done, and Simply Superman strikes first blood tonight. Pole position for him. Telsborough, though, is looking like running hard. Yarham also going well. And they are your top three then. Simply Superman on pole, 0.2 of a second up on Telsborough. Yarham starts third. Tom, a great qualifying from him. He starts P4. Then I'm a D, P5. Dylan, great qualifying from him. P6, just ahead of his teammate Tam in P7. Adamako starts P8. Funky Fox is P9. And Joe Corboy running out the top 10. So what did they say? No idea. He pulls that time out from his best in time travels, a 1:10.9. Well, there you go then. You found 0.3 of a second, mate. Congratulations. That was a very impressive lap. P11, Graham, winner of the opening round of the season. Kelvin joins him on the 6th row. And we've got Dan Morris and Maxi Syme on row 7. They are 13th and 14th. Rom Elson and Mattman start 15th and 16th. And the very green Captain Chubbs, no time to get out on track. He will start P17 in the second of the McLarens. So predictions then, please, ladies and gentlemen and others. Let's see who we think's going to win this one. Who's going to be on the podium? Which laps Chubb's going to spin on. Chubbs is fairly confident he's going to do one on every lap. We shall see. Who do I fancy for this one then? Simply Superman and Telsborough, I think, is going to be the battle for the win. I hope Yarham can stick with them. Also Tom as well. Tom, of course, who was so cruelly denied the victory last week. Having got himself into position to win that race, he was being hunted down by saying, oh no, Telsborough's gone. That's not what you want from the man in P2. He lagged out the session. I'm in the wrong thing. Ping him another quick couple of invites. Hopefully he'll be back in the session then as qualifying starts. The formation lap starts. Cars then making their way around the lap then for the exciting lap for this one then, and Simply Superman is on. Put the details up, see what tyres everybody's on. And it is a sea of yellow and white for this one then. Simply Superman then on pole position. Is he now the championship favourite with the demise of Tico and Robin? We shall see. Could have opened up a massive lead last week, but just didn't work in his favour. So he's got a bit of work to do. And Telsborough, who has been outstanding so far, he'll be starting P2. Hopefully he's back in his car before the race starts then. He'll be P2 on the grid. Yarham starts P3, his best qualifying of the season so far. Now for Tyree Man. Great to see him at the sharp end. LRA Tom starts P4 in the Aston Martin, pulling a lap out of nowhere by his own standards. And what can he do from the second row of the grid? I'm a D, the first start of the season. He starts P5 in the Ferrari, and he's the first driver on the hard tyre. Only two drivers starting on the hard tyre. Dylan behind him P6 is the first of the Alpines. He's on the medium tyres, as is Tam in the second Alpine P7. Adamako starts P8 in the sole Alfa Romeo tonight, as his teammate is too busy watching Benfica in the football. Rude. Funky Fox back with us. He is on the medium tyre in the Haas, and we've got Corboy in the Williams, on the medium tyre P10. Graver starts P11, he's on the medium tyre as well. Then we've got Kelvin in P12 on the medium tyre in the Williams. 13, the second of the AlphaTauri, on the medium tyre as well. Then we've got Maxi Syme P14 on the medium tyre. Rom Elson starts P15 in the lead Mercedes on the medium tyre. Then Macman starts on the hard tyre in the second Mercedes. He's the only other driver on the hard tyre. And then Captain Chubbs at the very back on the mediums. We're then forming up. I'm going to ignore this noise because it's far too soon. Watch for the revs to go up then. Revs are up. Oh, what's gone on there? What has happened there? A couple of cars have jumped the start, have they? What has happened there? What is going on with the lobby there? That appears to be right. Something's going very, very wrong with the lobby here, I fear. Something has gone very, very, very wrong, I fear. Something's going very, very wrong here. This looks very, very glitchy. So this has gone very, very wrong. Yeah, people are hopefully seeing this. Yeah, right, okay. So I'm going to have to leave the lobby, so do bear with us. I apologise. We have got some issues with the lobbies, so we will have to go again. That lobby was very glitchy, so I do apologise. Let's just get this set up again. Right. That's mine, isn't it? So it needs restrictions. That's all I need to do. All right. Right. Do some invitations. Do bear with me. Da, 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 da. Patience, your it's coming. Right. What else we got? One thing I do wish PlayStation would put back in place is just the bloody groups thing, so I could just like put everybody together. It's so easy to find people. Any more. Please play the elevator music while we sort out this issue. I do apologise once again. Very annoying. Go get the moth cat. Thank you. Right, I think that's everybody. That is everybody, right. I need to now go do the settings. Alright, put everybody into order once everybody's in. What I need to do is go back and spectate. There we go. Right, everybody should be in. So Superman was on bell position. Alongside him was Tillsborough. Third was Yarham. Fourth was Tom. Now I'm going to need some help because I've forgotten who was where. Amity was next. Fifth, and then in sixth was Dylan. And then it was Tam. And it was Adam. P9 is Funky of Hooks, that's what I need to invite. Right, Funky Fox and Cowboy was P. Wait. Cowboy, then it was Graham. After Graham was Kelvin. Kelvin was Dan. After Dan was Maxime. Then Rom. Man Chups. Rocky Fox needs to go there. Right, I think we're ready to go. Dry setup, right, okay. Thanks, Shane. Okay, there we go. Right. We're all good. Right, attempt 2. So do apologise for the delays. Unfortunately, the lobby is doing the evils. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? You think now with the the ability of all the consoles now, the power, the functionality within them, all the technology, and yet games are so bad when they come out now. They just seem to want to rush things out now rather than get it right. And it's so frustrating when you pay so much money for these games. I can go on a rant here. You might have set me off, Pagani. At least you're not setting me off for politics. That's fine. But yeah, just games PS1, PS2, PS3. There was just there was discs and obviously there's limited capabilities within them being a disc only, but it's just the quality of the game. It was done. It was sorted. There wasn't these glitches. And now, I mean, I know online gaming is now such a big market, and it's such a key part of the experience as well. But it's just so bad. And it's not even just F1, is it? I mean, we all play GT7. We know how bad that is. Battlefield, the last Battlefield game, I've not even played that yet because it was so glitchy when it started. It was bad, and everybody complains about FIFA. What did you do? I mean, I'm sure there's other games as well. I mean, to be fair, the games where you play solo things seem to be... I mean, like, I've watched, like, Sean, for example, play Elden Ring, and that appears to be, much better because obviously you're not doing that cross-play with other players or just multiple gameplay. It's just so frustrating. Even things like Fall Guys had glitches when it came out as well. I mean, obviously that's not quite got the depth in it to this thing, and obviously graphically doesn't need to be so good. And they sorted a lot of the glitches out. To be fair play to them. The guys at Fall Guys, the team who do that, have done a good job. But yeah, we pay so much money for this service, and yet it's so bad. Right, everybody back out onto track. Thank you very much for your patience, everybody. And away we go then on our second sighting lap. Fingers crossed, no issues this time around then. And a reminder of the grid. Superman on pole position, stunning lap from him in the original qualifying session. He lines up on pole position alongside Telsborough. Yarham starts P3 in the AlphaTauri with LRE Tom alongside him on row 2. Great qualifying from him. Imad, making his debut this season, is P5. Great qualifying from him ahead of Dylan in the Alpine as Tam tries to drop it, trying to hit some tyres up then, coming out of Tarzan, I believe it is. Adamako starts P8 then. He was going really well at Brazil in the first week until dropped it on the curb out turn 3. Had a strong run again last week, but the safety car just hampered and hampered his race. I'm trying to say both things together. Foggy Fox making his return tonight. He is P9 in the Soul House, and Corboy, who had a good run last time out as well, he starts P10. Graham, winner, of course, of that dramatic opening round in Brazil, starts P11. Kelvin, making his first start of the season, is P12. Dan Morris in the AlphaTauri starts P13. Max time in the Red Bull now with his automatic gears. Seems to have had a problem somewhere because he's at the back of the pack. And he's with his P14. I can't believe you're on automatic gears. Even I'm not on automatic gears anymore, and I'm terrible. Ron Elson starts P15 in the lead Mercedes. McMahon starts P16, and he is now the only man on the hard tyres. So it would appear that somebody has changed their mind. Now, who was the other person before? Was it Imad or was it Tam? One of them was on the hard tyres before. They changed their mind. That's they're entitled to do. The race did not start, so that's fine. And Chubbs then in the second McLaren, bringing up the rear. Then Telsborough has missed his grid box. Of course, it's a new feature of this year game. Now you actually have to dictate where you park your car in your grid slot. So if you're too far back, you get disqualified. You can park a little bit further back than you anticipated as well, or you can be bang on. But it would appear that Kelvin, Tom and Telsborough have slightly missed their mark. Everybody else, however, got it bang on. We'll ignore these lights because they're not going to be right. And then we wait for the revs to go up. And away we go for proper this time. Everybody gets away this time. Chubb's done a bit of a slow start at the back. Then who's going to be leading? Oh, Talesborough's had a slow start. He's been... Oh, contact in the first corner between Johan and Talesborough and Tom. And Tom is out of the race. Oh, drama 2 on the trying to go 3 wide. Although the 2 on the outside saw Tom trying to sneak down the inside. There's contact between all 3 of them. And Yarham and Talesborough, who started second and third, are down to 15th and 16th. And Tom got pinched to the inside and is out of the race. So I'm Simply Superman then has inherited a 1.3 second lead over I'm a D, who's up to P3. P2, sorry. After all that dramatic, I had 3 of the cars ahead of him are out of the race. Or down the order anyway. Brief start for Simply Superman. I'm a D then up into second place. Stillen and Tam, third and fourth. And Adamak up to fifth. Now trying to challenge Tam down the outside into the braking zone. Not quite close enough then. Funky Fox right on his tail. He's up to P6, then Corboy up to P7, Graham's up to P8 already, Dan Morris is up 4 into P9. Oh, and a drama on the Mercedes, looks had a moment in the background there. Dan and Graham ghosting at the minute, so all the lobbies who's not quite sorted just yet. Kelvin now P10, and Max Sam P11, Rom's up to P12, then Matman Yarm 14th. Oh, Chubb has had a drama. There we go, lap 1 spin done. Did Talesborough and Yarm get away with that wing damage? I think they have done. So the fight back is now on. Simply Superman is away and running then. 1.8 seconds clear the Red Bull man. It's like watching Sunday all over again. Being chased by one of the Ferraris. It is like Sunday all over again. Down then into the braking zone, so the race leader now 1.9 seconds ahead. And the rest of the pack they're fairly close together. And Rom's got a bit of a gap between him, then Yarham is now in between the Mercedes, and as he fights back after that opening corner contact. Talesborough now also going past one of the Mercedes. Superman then fastest lap of the race, then lead extending up to 1.9 seconds, 1.8 then. Now they bring it back a yellow flag further back. It's Chubbs again. Chubbs then has got his lap 2 spin in. He wasn't joking, Pagani, when he said he was going to spin on laps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. McLaren man might have a bit of setup work to do before tomorrow. The Red Bull then leading now by 2 seconds then. He is away and running. Pits then it comes the McLaren, and now he's sped in the pit lane just to compound his misery. But it's a test session if anything for Chubbs, so more useful practice for him at least. Through the middle section we go, then the race leader pulling clear us further back. Oh, he's losing a couple of places. He's lost several places. Has he got around? He has. So the spin then for the Mercedes man. The teammate gets ahead of him. Another position gain then for Talesborough and Yarham. Oh, he's gone round again, Rom, as well. Those tyres a bit hot, having had a spin. So now on the back. Okay, oh, that's Graham spinning off at the penultimate corner. The Ferrari man then now coming a cropper as well. So we saw there a couple of incidents in qualifying. We've seen Chubbs have a couple of spins there as well. And now the Ferrari, the winner, of course, of the opening week. He's damaged his front wing as well, look. So damage for the Ferrari. He's going to dive into the pits. He does. He has seen he's got wing damage, and that is not the ideal start for Graham. Very tricky circuit, this one. Those curbs not... You do need to... Well, you kind of have to use some of the curbs around here, but they're not particularly forgiving, as we've seen already. A bit of a gap opening up then between the top... Well, we'll say the obviously first place is off and running. A little bit of a gap between Tam and Adamaka. Adamaka's out of DRS range of Tam. So those Alpines can focus on attacking the Ferrari. We've got a yellow flag further back. It's tapped in Chubbs again. Same place. That is now 3 spins in 3 laps for Chubbs. So Oh, and Rom's got again now. At the same place he spent the last lap. So, yeah. Some pinch points. only 34 more to go. Oh, who's that gone now? That was Yarham now's gone as well. So Yarham now spun out of the penultimate corner. So after all that hard work in qualifying, and now having gone all wrong at turn 1, it's gone wrong in the race as well further round as Yarham now clips that curb and spins out. The Alpines are now starting to squabble as Ahmadi has just pulled a little bit of a gap over Dylan. So Tam now thinking about making a move on his teammate if he can. See if he can get through to P3 and give chase. And they are still out of DRS range of the Alfa Romeo behind them. And a bit of a gap back into Funky Fox, who's got Callboy, Dan Morris, Kelvin, Maxi Syme all over the back of him. A little bit of a train going on here. Nice 5-car train. And the recovering Talesborough as well. Oh, here we go then. Callboy's got to run. He's got DRS as well. He's on the outside though. Goes deep on the brakes and gets the move done. Good move for there for Callboy. He's gone deep though through the second part of the corner. Funky Fox is back up the inside. But no, Callboy gets the position done. It's a great move there for Callboy up to P6. Dan Morris coming in very hot there on the brakes. Almost into the back of the Haas. They come off the banking and down the start finish right now then. Callboy of course now is going to be vulnerable here. As Tam goes third, so the Alpines switch places. Here comes Funky Fox back down the inside of Callboy into turn 1. Dan trying to follow him through. Callboy's going to try and hang on around the outside. He'll have the momentum off the corner. They're still side by side into turn 2. Banging wheels. Callboy's off and into the wall. Funky Fox is wide. Through goes Dan Morris. Kelvin and Maxi Syme battling as well. As Dan gets the move done on Funky Fox. Oh, Funky Fox has a bit twitch there. That's just cost him a bit of momentum now. And Maxi Syme's all over the back of him in the Red Bull, looking to the inside. Not quite close enough for the right-hander. Oh, then he's gone off and he's hit the barrier. Oh, he's hit the line and round he goes. Through goes Talesborough. Through goes Kelvin. I'm starting to think so, mate. Yeah, starting to think so. Oh, so what's happened here then? So, drama for the Alpines because Tam, having got up into 3rd place, is now back in 5th because Adam Acco's got ahead of him. So, missed what happened to Tam. Graham's in the pits again, so he's had another drama by the look of it. Adam Acco then, now, trying to chase down the other Alpine, got in between them, Callboy into the pits. Oh, now he's sped in the pit lane as well. And Chubbs, despite having 3 spins and as many left, he seems to have settled down now. Yeah, he's not spun for at least 30 seconds. And now got ahead of Rom and Graham. And this is the battle then for P3. And Medina now 2.5 seconds behind the race leader. So race leader currently untroubled up front, 2.5 seconds to the good. Medina now has 3.8 seconds over that battling trio for 3rd. And they are now 2.7 clear. Dan Morris all the way up to P6 then, so he's had a really good start. And Funky Fox off the back of him now got Talesborough, the recovering McLaren. He just got pinched into turn 1. He had a bit of a poor start, which kind of left him vulnerable. He had Yarham on his left, Tom on his right, and as they got into turn 1, it all pinched together. And unfortunately, we saw the end result was 2 cars spinning, one pitched into the wall, and off became one of his wheels, unfortunately. Good move from Talesborough then up to P7, so he's recovering really well so far, the McLaren man. Now got 2.4 seconds to try and chase down on Dan Morris in the other AlphaTauri. His teammate Yarham was also caught up in that opening lap issue. He's had another spin since. He was with Talesborough, who's now up to P7. Yarham's down in P13. Had another spin out that penultimate corner he's just come through. Got Callboy there in the foreground. He's just pitted after his drama. He went wheel to wheel with Funky Fox through. There's this turn 3, the right-hander, we're just coming up to now, and he did a Kevin Magnussen and ended up in the wall where the camera is situated, unfortunately. The Callboy's strong start to the race has ended. He's now on the hard tyre though, so we'll see how far he can go into this race. Whether or not it comes back to him. Superman then is your leader, 2.7 seconds then over I'm a D. And then Dylan, Adam and Tam still going at it. Dylan's had a better run then, so he's got a nice gap then into turn 1. Not under threat from the Alfa Romeo behind him as they enter turn 1 despite the DRS. Out of the banked corner, Tarzan up through the sweeping S's they go. Dylan, Adam, Tam, 3rd, 4th and 5th, covered by just over a second. And Morris then in a bit of a lonely P6 at the minute. And we've got the recovering Tailsborough chasing him down. He's already put 1.6 seconds into Funky Fox then, so he's flying. We've got a yellow flag. It's Yarham again at the Pilsford corner. So he's had another driver. So that corner's proving particularly tricky tonight. Yarham, Chubbs, Graham all having spins there. Funky Fox has now got Kelvin all over the back of him in the other Williams then, so he's benefited from his teammates' demise. And now it's P9. He then looks to make a move on the Has. Gorham into the pits. Picked up some wing damage from that one. Kelvin to the inside. Funky Fox squeezes it down. Ooh, goes back in for some slipstream. We'll have the DRS in a moment now as well. Funky Fox covers the inside. Kelvin's though just going to drive all the way around the outside. Just a little bit of a nudge there. Banging wheels. Kelvin goes a little bit wide there because Funky Fox is still down the inside but gets around the outside and move done. Great move there from Kelvin. And that is P8 for the Williams man. Next, Maxi Syme closing in then. Come into Tarzan. That one then keeping his nose out of trouble. He's now P11. We've got the recovering call by P12. Chubbs currently chasing. He's in the race leader. He is indeed. And Romy's had a couple of spins that seems to have settled down now as well. He's 14th, and Graham, again, he's also had a couple of dramas, and Johan, we've just seen him have another spin. He's on his way again. Adamaka then has now got the move done on Dylan, and oh, Ahmadi's gone. Ahmadi's gone round now. So the second place car spins out at the penultimate corner as well. Another one goes. So the penultimate corner proving to be the black spot tonight. That's catching out a number of drivers. Is that curb on exit? I swear it's that curb on exit that's catching people out. It's given Superman a 9-second lead. He is cruising at this stage of the race. Ahmadi into the pits. Oh, now he's spinning the pit lane as well. That's the third speed. And yeah, unfortunately the Ferrari band's gone. Monkey Fox into the pits. He too retires. So, two retirees on this lap, unfortunately. The drama's big shame for Ahmadi. He was really solidly in P2. Well clear, but that has now promoted this battle, which for P3, now for P2. Alpine's now giving chase. Yeah, good point, Pagani. Never even thought of that. Yeah, that's going to be terrifying tomorrow, isn't it? And this is still the closest battle we've got. We've got Graham and Johan together on track. Quite a big lap down, despite of their early dramas. Oh, Monkey Fox there saying his tyre pressures, despite being down, were at 106 degrees. That's why he was struggling. As Tam goes past his teammate for P3. So podium position now in the hands of Tam once again. Now can they get back? Adamako then, these three. Oh, this is the battle to watch at the minute. That is a massive spider. Don't mind me, just being chased by an arachnid. It's fine, it's fine. What was that moth? Simple Superman now nearly 10 seconds ahead as we reach 1/3 of race distance. It's fine, dead. I'm alive. Don't have to burn my house down. And Amaka then holding P2. So he just picked his way through the chaos. And the Alpines still with him though. Kelvin and Maxi Syme now starting to do battle as well. So Maxi Syme, a former Div 2 race winner. Kelvin, I believe a Div 1 podium sitter. So into the pits then comes Dylan. He's the first to make his scheduled stop. So Alpine then looking for the undercut. On go the hard tyres. Significantly earlier than we saw Mercedes pit of the weekend off their tyres, but of course, I suppose having said that, they were doing double the race distance, weren't they? So yeah, it's probably about right, actually. Is this going to be as good a race tyre as it was on Sunday? Let's find out how good a job EA have done. So Dylan is the first to move over onto the heart of the front group. Anyway, he's now trying to undercut his teammate, but also undercut Adamako. Time. Now all over the back of Kelvin in the now battle for P6. And the Red Bull man find their way through. Going to be a good week of point-wise for them if they can maintain these positions. Of course, Max Stein hasn't yet pitted. So imagine with the pit stops for the guys around, we shall see a yellow flag. Who is that? I believe that may be Joachim again. Oh no, it was Dan this time, I think. So Dan leaves his place to Talesborough as Tam goes past Adamako for P2. Oh God, that is a terrifying question. Probably skirms based on current form. If I was, but there we go. There you go. I didn't see that much. Bartholomew just asked me who would choose to hold my newborn baby out of chubs and skirms. They both have a habit of dropping it. Who is that gone around? That is. Oh no, don't be Dylan. Don't be Dylan. It is. Oh, Dylan having just pitted a spun at Tarzan. Now he's got no front wing on that Alpine. So his strategy of hopefully getting the undercut has come back and haunt him. And that is now another pit stop required for the Alpine man. And he's now got to do a lap with no front wing on that car. And that then exactly drops him out of the battle for P2 and a podium place. It's a big shame there for Dylan, who drove really well up until that point. So again, yeah, drivers just saying the tyres struggling to switch on the hards. As into the pits then goes Adamako, and onto the podium has come Talesborough after being involved in that opening corner, opening lap incident. He's now back in the shout of a podium place. So that is how quick he is today. It's just a shame that he's been held up early on. He's definitely got the pace to feature. Then he's caught and past Dan. He's up to P3. Well, I think Dan had that spin, didn't he? So that's probably helped him go by. Maxi Syme has got past Kelvin now, up to P5. Dylan into the pits onto the soft tyre. He goes in. So it looks like the hard tyre is not the tyre to be on. Does that possibly rule out the one-stop strategy tomorrow? We might see more drivers trying medium, soft, depending on what will work. Tyre-wise then, so good information for everybody tonight, if anything at all. Simply Superman now just cruising away at the front now, 11.4 seconds. He's been helped, of course, by his two closest rivals in qualifying, or his top three, right? His closest three rivals in qualifying, all coming together on lap one. Two of them have been held up. Oh, Tam now gets a penalty for track limits. He's in the pits, and he's spent in the pit lane as well. Another one. I think there's a glitch. I think there's a glitch in the pit lane here, because that is far too many pit stop speeding penalties. That just seems like far too many speeding penalties, and Sam, the latest one, pick up a penalty then. So Simply Superman leads from Talesborough, of course, who started second, now back up to P2. Unfortunately, he's 19 seconds in arrears. At the moment, Dan Morris then up in P3 at the minute, and on the back of Talesborough again then. So not dropping away, despite being past, of course, he span, which gave him the position. So and Graham also continuing to battle because they were a lap down. Here they are. They've got Kelvin behind them. Johan then getting the move done. Oh, has Graham gone round? Oh, Graham's gone round again and into the wall, and a wing off again for the Ferrari man. So another one struggling with tyre. They're just not switching on. The hard tyres. It seems like everybody's driving on ice. So the hard tyre does not look like to be the one to be on. Now, Matman, fair play to him, has been the only one who's not had any dramas on that tyre yet. Into the pits then comes Talesborough, Dan, Maxi Simon and Kelvin. So they're all in. On go the hard tyres. They're going to risk it. But I don't think the one-stop strategy seems to be working because the tyres just are not switching on. Matman now P2. So keeping his nose clean. Oh, Graves now sped in the pit lane. Oh, another one. That must be a... There must be a glitch with the I can't believe that many people were speeding pit lane. Now, I know it's a bit of a tight entrance here, and it's a quick entrance, but that just doesn't... Like, Graham's not one to get penalties like that. That's like them Dylan then on those soft tyres. He's now rapid because he's down the order, having had to make a second unscheduled stop. Now, Tam is back on track. Adam right behind him. For 6.5 seconds in arrears of them. And Dan... I've got Maxi Sign closing down on him. Maxi Sign, they're trying to get a bit of heat in those tyres, and he's again seems to be struggling a little bit with the switch on. Maybe. But it does say, doesn't it? I'm sure it does say on your way in, like, what the speed limit is. So, and I know I vaguely remember from last year's game as well, there was something about the line not being in the right place for when, but maybe that's just hearsay. Maybe hearsay. So now Manamaka, then this is the battle to watch at the moment. The closest one on track, and it's over what would be the net P2. That man there just up the road, but he is not yet stopped. Yellow flag sector 2. Oh, who is it? It's Chubbs. Another spin there in the middle of that, but he's on his way again. Simple Superman at this stage of the race is 30 seconds ahead of his nearest rival now. Of course, he hasn't yet pitted. And he's not pitting this lap either. So he carries on his merry way. And he's burnt all his ERS up. So this battle for P3 is now battle for P2 again. Because Tam and Adamako have closed on the back of Matman. Corner we go. Do they all get around there okay? Yeah, these three okay so far. Going defensive, pulls to the inside, trying to break the slipstream. I'm going with him, closing, but not going to be close enough into one. Matman then goes a little bit deep, outbrakes himself slightly. That gives the Alpine a bit of a run. Yellow flag is that. That is the AlphaTauri getting out of the way. I think that's probably Johan. Tam goes round Matman. What a move that was through the S's then. No, you don't overtake there normally. But Tam says, out of my way, and up into P2 again he goes. Yellow flag further back, I think it's Johan again. In the background there, he's going slowly. As Adamaka now gets down the inside of Matman as well. And back onto the podium he goes, but Matman's still running really strong forward. The race leader is in. On go the hard tyres. Now, how is he going to fare with these tyres? Now, the guys behind him have now got their tyres up to temperature. Well, at least a bit of temperature. No, far enough ahead of Adamako to not be under threat into turn 1. But Adamako is still very much on him. He's had a bit of a poor exit though, Sam, and Adam's now on him. It's coming to Tarzan. And you can see, of course, the F1 line. The F1 cars go all the way around the outside there. Of course, picked up by Alpine's very own Fernando Alonso. It was his... he who explored the upper limit of the circuit, and everybody has since followed suit. On the game, everybody takes what you consider the conventional line, which is down low into the corner. So, Simply Superman's lead back down to 11.5 seconds after his pit stop. Dylan's in the pits again. He's gone back onto the hard tyre, so he's giving it another go. It's Tam. And Adam continues to do battle. That man hanging on resolutely behind. Johan's had another spin further back, and unfortunately, all that great work in qualifying, just not coming off in the race, not having the grip. It seems Matman peeling off. I think he's coming in. Yep, here he comes. So Matman in. He gets it stopped in time. So yeah, got it slowed down. Got it in the line. There goes Tilsborough. On go the medium tyres though. So Matman's going to be in a very strong position at the end of this race. Then through goes Dan. Through goes Maxi Syme. So these two are now starting to battle as well. So Maxi Syme has caught Dan Morris. We've got an Alpine battling an Alpha. We've got a Red Bull battling an AlphaTauri. Kevin goes through. There comes Matman. So Matman then is now net P8. And medium tyres as well then. So you fancy he might be able to close down on a couple of the guys ahead of him. You'll have him into the pits again. Must pick up some damage from that last spin. Sam chasing hard on Tam. Morris is going well in P5. Adamako still looking to try and close back in on Tam. See if he can get back onto P2. Of course, Tam is carrying that speeding penalty. He also has a track limits penalty as well, and so Adam is net P2. Telsborough is the one to watch then. So his charge has kind of stalled a little bit. He's not flying forward anymore, but then the guys ahead of him aren't tripping over themselves. Of time. So Adam can probably just stick where he is, because I don't think, unless something dramatic happens, he's going to close in on Simply Superman. He just seems to be in a bit of a league of his own in this one. So I think Adam will be very satisfied with P2. I've heard the story, I haven't seen them, so I couldn't really judge me. But hey, whatever floats your boat, mate. Oh, Corboy's gone at the penultimate corner. Is that going to be... We've got another one as well, another spin. I think it's Yarham. It was. I did wonder if that's what you were guessing, I think. So around the bank corner we come. Simba Superman well on his way. Adamako closing in on Tam again. But happy, I think, to just cruise around behind him. He doesn't need to push too hard. He's going to jump him on penalties. He's got 7.7 seconds behind him as well to Telsborough. He might be the one who is looking ahead. Of course, he needs to be within 8 seconds of Tam. Of course, Tam with the 5-second speeding penalty for pit lane and a 3-second track limit penalty will get his second podium in as many weeks if he can keep that gap under 8 seconds. It's now 8.2 though, so Tam pushing on. Goes past Corboy's garden. Another spin. Yarham's having an absolute mare. These hard tyres really are struggling to switch on. Drivers going off left, right and centre on them if you just push a little bit too hard. So for those who have got a bit of space and aren't under immediate pressure, probably not, mate, probably not. It is just a cruising for the leader now. Adam might have had a twitch somewhere here because Tam has opened that gap up to 1.1 seconds, but as I say, in the grand scheme of things, it's no real issue for Adam. He can just... Oh! Tam spins out of P2! So P2 spins off. Adam then inherits P2. On his way he goes. Oh, Tam then. Now that seemed a bit further, didn't it? I think he was off the curb when that happened. They just lit up the rear tyres. These cars are so unforgiving around those last couple of corners. Tam spins out of P2 and he's now 5 seconds to the rear of Adam, and he's now got Telsborough not far behind him at all. Tam still battling with Maxi Syme. Maxi not yet able to find a way through. Yeah, these hard tyres just seem to be catching out a lot of people and really struggling to get them switched on. Not giving the grip that they need. Batman now just 3.4 seconds behind this battle, but Maxi Syme happy to just sit in behind. Sorry, Batman just 3.6 behind Kelvin. A bit coming Johan. Oh, he's sped in the pit lane again. And that, unfortunately, yep, is the end of Johan for this one. That's a shame after a great qualifying effort. That's a shame for him. Hopefully he'll be bounced back next week. So then the battle for P2 is over for the time being. And now we're focusing on the battle for P5 between Dan Morris and Maxi Simon. Maxi Simon's had a good run off the final corner this time. He'll have DRS. Battery situation, he's got a little bit more battery than the AlphaTauri. He's closing to the inside, but not close enough as they reach turn 1. So that's the problem here at Zandvoort. It's very difficult to make a move, even into turn 1. Turn 1's the best overtaking opportunity. Of course, we saw Tam make a move on Matman through this S section. You have to be very switched on there. In fact, I remember going side by side with Blue Flag through this section. I think I came out okay on that one. As Pagani well knows, Blue Flag is not one to concede, and neither am I. So yeah, quite how we got through that unscathed, I do not know. Close again then, down this short straight. I don't think he'll be close enough for a move into the braking zone, so he's just going to sit in behind and he'll get a good run off this corner, which he has done. He's right on the back then of the AlphaTauri. And stay close through here. And he's had a good run again. He's closing. He's closer this time. DRS is open. He's on the battery to the inside, and this time he will get the move done then. So Maxi Simon goes up to P5. A little bit deep, but no, gets it stopped, gets it turned. Yellow flag further back, that is it Rom? No, it was Matt. So Matt's now had a drama at the final corner. So despite being on the softer tyre now. Oh, who was that going off? That was Dan. Oh, Dan's had a moment at the Tarzan. And having just lost P5, he's now dropped off the back as well. Having had a half spin by the look of it. 3 seconds. He's still got 6 seconds over Kelvin. He's now in a lonely P7, so the field very now spread out. So that was already sort of real close battle at the moment. And that is now over and done with. So then, it's a very spread field now, unfortunately. Running order is as follows. Simply Superman leading, and very comfortably so. It is a very Max Verstappen-esque drive, this one, from him. 19 seconds over Adamako, who is now clear in P2. And now just 2 seconds behind him, though, so Tam is closing down, so he's pushing on. And he is bringing Telsborough with him. So the gap there staying between 2 seconds, so we may have a battle before the end of this one. Maxi Simon now P5, he's had a good drive through the field. Down in P6. We had that little bit of drama last time around. Will he get through the corners this time? Okay. A little bit more careful on the power. He is. Kelvin now P7. He's had a solid drive as well. Matman kept his nose generally out of trouble. So have a little bit of a spin there. Lost him some time. Still clear in P8. Dylan, having had that, he was in that battle for the podium early on. He tried to go for the undercut and then unfortunately put it into the wall. Lost his wing and necessitated another pit stop. Went to the soft tyres, got himself the fastest lap. Now in a very lowly P9. Chopper, despite his early dramas, still going. Now up to P10. Good practice for tomorrow's Div 2 race. Of course, back here tomorrow at 8 o'clock. We're going to do this all over again and probably be yet more spins. We shall see. Graham, he's had some drama as well. Very unlike Graham. Graham's usually very dependable, very stable driver, but even he's been caught out a couple of times in this one. It just shows how hard it was to get the hard tyres to just up the temperature to switch on. Big struggle for a number of drivers, including Graham, and Ron was another one who had some early dramas. Tam has caught Adamako, so we have got a battle for P2 again. Tam has closed back in again. Adamako probably just pacing himself quite comfortably. He knows he's not under any threat from the man behind him. However, he does need to watch a little bit further back there because this McLaren is in the hunt, and he's not carrying any penalties either. So this is the man net P3. And Adam just needs to keep an eye on that gap, because if Aylesbury gets there, then you may have a fight for P2 after all. Tam, of course, is no threat with a couple of penalties. The second, third, Aylesbury, fourth. Maxi Syme, 3.5 seconds behind, so he's not out of this picture either. He's will be a net P4, because he'll jump Tam, who's just gone past Adam Acko down the start-finish rate. Adam, I think, has chosen to let him through. Doesn't need to fight that one. We go here now, just try and get pulled along by the Alpine. The man directly behind him is the man who's fighting for P2 on the track. So Aylesbury has got 7.5 laps. Try and close down 2.5 seconds. Let's see what he can do. Maxi Syme is also just chipping away a little bit. That gap now down to just over 3 seconds, so he's half a second closer to Aylesbury as well. So very solid drive from the second Red Bull. Dan Morris now in a solid, if lonely, P6, 5 seconds behind Maxi Syme, but also 5 seconds ahead of Kelvin, who's also just quietly going about his business in the Williams. Matman, solid P8 for him. Dylan trying to chase him down after running in the top 4 early on. And we've got the Chubbs, having had several dramas early on, now settled down on some medium tyres. Probably got a bit better grip on those. Graham in P11, still solid points, and Rom still persevering. Fair play to him. He is P12 in the second of the Mercedes, and a few spins early on. Plugging away nicely still. Tam then, P2, Simply Superman, cruising at the front. I mean, he's been quick today, but he hasn't needed to. He's not really been under any pressure. Of course, got handed a significant advantage early on when second, third and fourth all came together at turn 1. Well, Graham is now sped in the pit lane as well, again. So whether or not it's just the speed or it's the positioning of the line that's catching people out, or there is a glitch, I don't know, but that's a lot of pit lane speeding penalties we've seen today, which is unusual. I'm not going to lie, very unusual to see that many. Of course, there's touching a Super Superman. He got handed a big lead after that opening lap crash as Chubbs has gone around. Yep, Chubbs has gone around again, having not spun for a couple of laps. He's down in the gravel. It could well be. Of course, Ahmadi, then, who was running second, then span out at the penultimate corner as he went to the pits and then sped in the pit lane, and unfortunately that was the end of his race. That handed him a massive lead over what was a battle between the two Alpines and the Alfa Romeo. Now just one Alfa Romeo and one Alpine, as the other one ran into trouble as well. Graham now going for the fastest lap. He's put the soft tyres on. So is he going to try and take away Dylan's fastest lap? We shall see. And Dylan has got time to pit and get out on some fresh tyres if he needs. He's got 57 seconds over Chubbs. Whether or not he thinks he can overhaul Matman before the end of this race. But this is now really the only close battle at the moment. Aylesbury just not able to get any closer. He's 2.2 seconds behind. That gap to Adam Acko is holding firm, so Adam doing just to prove a point. Simply Superman has just done the fastest lap of the race on the hard tyre, 12 lap old hard tyres. Dylan in the pits. I think Dylan heard me, so he's in the pits now for fresh soft tyres. He's going to go for fastest lap. Graham is probably just starting his fastest lap run now. Let's see how he gets on. You would imagine. Stay on board then. Let's have a look how his lap time is doing. So 1:13.313 is the time to beat. Yes, as we go, come up to Sector 1 checkpoint. He is quarter of a second up in Sector 1. A lot of fuel load now as well. Adam, meanwhile, just slipped out of DRS range of Tam. Still got 2 seconds over Aylesbury. That will give Aylesbury a little bit of encouragement. He is now 7.5 tenths up in sector 2. Seven. How is this lap time? Out the final corner. So 13.4. He misses it by a tenth of a second then. So we've got a second faster than his best lap, but it's missed out on the fastest lap. Tam, meanwhile, now Tam takes the fastest lap at 1:13.311. So he's gone 200ths faster. So Tam now setting the bar. He now put 1.7 seconds into Adam, and that gap to Talesborough is down to 1.8 seconds here. So Adam needs to keep an eye on his mirrors here. Chubb has just had another spin. Rom gets ahead of him, meanwhile. So maybe the battle for P3 might end up with battle for P2, won't it? Let's go on board with Dylan now. He's 4 tenths up in Sector 1, so that's a big improvement in Sector 1 alone. And I'll also be getting DRS here from the Ferrari, which will help his cause. He's on board now for the rest of his lap. This is now what we're watching because the battles have all spread out. And he's 8 tenths of a second up in Sector 2, so Dylan is flying purple Sector 2. For the LP man, that fastest lap, as Simply Superman lowers the bar to a 13.2. Again, that's having just lost it to Tam. So push laps. Thinking fast then, out of the final corner. Chubbs is now in the pits as well. Graham pulls out of the way. He'll give some slipstream to the Alpine though, and it's a 1:12.2 from the Alpine. That is a very rapid lap. Oh, Tam spun again. Out the penultimate corner again. Tam's had a moment. So through goes Adam, through goes Talesborough. Tam having to dive for the pit lane. Oh, that's a shame there. I think he was probably going to drop down a couple of places anyway. Oh, no, he's sped in the pit lane as well. There goes Maxi Syme. This is the recovery jump in. Well, maybe. Soft tire going on for Tam then, so Tam's going to have a push before the end. So race leader though, untroubled up front. He's had it all his own way today. It's just so fallen so kindly going into his lap. With dramas for everybody around him, but I think he's the only driver I've seen who's not had any sort of drama in this one. He literally got given a gap on the first lap, and has just driven away as those behind him have had various spins. He's going for the pit lane. He's going for fastest lap as well. That's how confident he is. Don't speed in pit lane. He doesn't, and so battle is on. Talesborough's caught Adam Acko. So then we are going to have a 2-lap battle for second step on the podium. So Talesborough, who got second last week. Oh, these two are going to be able to hold it together. Talesborough's right on the back of the Alfa Romeo then. Pushing him off the corner. Drops back into the slipstream. Adam covers the inside. Talesborough's have to go the long way around. It's a big squeeze. Oh, they touch! A little bit of contact there, and that sends Adam into a half spin. He's on his way again, but Talesborough's through. And why that end up on the steward's desk? Did they touch? Did he catch the curb? Was there a squeeze? Did he leave room? Is the question. But Talesborough's through. Superman then just waiting to get a bit of heat into his tyres, and he's going to go for one last push lap. This is how confident he is now. He feels he can just cruise his lap and then push down, but does he need the fastest lap is the question. Because if you push on this circuit, it's proved very unforgiving. Let's just see if this is the right action then. So Simply Superman out of the final corner. Start the final lap of the race. He's going to go for fastest lap as well. We've seen this colour cropper in FTRL before. Look at the U unsafe release. Thinking back to Big Willow and that Audi season. So let's see how he gets on. Into Tarzan he comes. Down low. Out of the corner. Nice and tidy through there. Through these sweeping S's he goes. And he is 0.6 of a second up in Sector 1. Purple Sector 1 for the Red Bull. Nice and tidy through there. Pushing but in control. Yellow flag a bit further ahead of him. It's one of the Mercedes. Tam lowers the fastest lap to a 1:12.0. So Tam's pushing on for fastest lap. 1.3 seconds up at the minute though. Simply Superman is absolutely flying. I think that'll put him in the 11s. based on his current fastest lap. Through the Brunswick corner. Nice and tidy through there. Out of the final corner, it has been a comfortable, dominant victory for Simply Superman. Does he round it up with the fastest lap? He does. A 1:11.4 for Simply Superman. Talesborough coming round for P2. It's a McLaren formation finish. Great drive from him. Great recovery after that opening lap incident. P2 for him for the moment anyway. Across the line. Adamako is going to come across the line for P3. Solid podium for him. Maxi Syme. Is that a fuel? Or is it a moment? He's had a moment and Dan Morris steals it from him on the line. Dan Morris gets P4. Maxi Syme's out of fuel. And so is Kelvin, I think. Kelvin's cruising down the start. I think he's out of fuel as well. Crosses the line. So 2 drivers out of fuel on the final lap. Tam then pushing for fastest lap. Can he snatch it back? Not quite. It's P7 for him. Mattman coming around. He's out of fuel as well. Yeah, he is. Mattman's out of fuel as well. Is everybody running out of fuel? Dylan has already finished then, so just Rom to cross the line. It's P10 for Rom in the end. Despite all his dramas, he's put enough fuel in the car. He's learned that lesson from before, and across the line he goes. And Graham then will be the last one to cross the line. Not been his day. That then is the end of the race then, and it is a comfortable victory for Simply Superman. Pole position, fastest lap, and led every lap of the race. It is the clean sweep then for Simply Superman. His teammate gets driver of the day. They're great drive through the field, the P5, but it is a victory for Simply Superman, his first of the season. Victory for the Red Bull man. Talesborough and Adamako joining him on the podium then. Great job from those guys. Great drive back from Talesborough then, having been backwards, or at least half backwards at turn 1 on lap 1. Comes back through for a podium finish, and Adam just kept his nose clean and out of trouble. Apart from that little bit of contact with Talesborough. And your finishing order is as follows then. Simply Superman with the win. Fastest lap and pole position as well. Talesborough comes back to P2. That one-stop strategy. And Adamako, P3 from him from P8. Great drive from him. Dan Morris gets P4. Solid drive from him. Snatching it back from Maxi Syme, who ran out of fuel on the start-finish straight on the last lap. So Dan coming through for P4. Maxi Syme P5. Kelvin gets P6. Very quiet race for him. Tam in podium contention for a lot of that race, but just a couple of dramas came his way, and it's only P7 for him. Mattman kept his nose out of trouble for P8. Dylan P9 despite early pace. Rom had some early dramas. The one stop though, fair play to him. And he gets P10. Graham P11, and the final finisher was Chubbs in P12. The retirements were Yarham, Corboy, I'm a D, Funky Fox, and LRE Tom, who we saw pitched into the wall at turn 1 on lap 1. And so that then is the end of the action for this evening. Thank you very much for everybody for tuning in and joining the stream. Hopefully that was informative for those of you who are racing tomorrow, so please take note. And we are, of course, back tomorrow for Div 2 from Zandvoort as well, so more F1 action coming your way. Building up towards our first season on GT7 as well. We are currently putting together a plan for the new season, so please keep your eyes peeled for more details of our first season on GT7 coming soon. And if you'd like to get involved, please do get in touch with us at _FTRL_ on Twitter. But for this evening from me, thank you very much for joining us, and I will see you again tomorrow when we do it all again with Div 2.